4.5 billion views. Gone in a single enforcement wave, 16 channels, 35 million subscribers, $10 million a year. Not demonetized, not suspended, permanently deleted. No appeal, no restoration, no second chance. If you use AI to make content, any AI, for any part of your workflow, the question you should be asking right now is whether your channel looks like the ones that got deleted. The answer depends on one distinction, and most creators don't know what it is. But before we get to the answer, you need to understand exactly what YouTube deleted, because it wasn't what most people think. The 16 channels that were deleted followed an identical pattern. Topic fed into an AI script generator. Script goes to AI voiceover. AI thumbnail generated. Video publishes. Then another one, and another. 50 a day, sometimes more. No human made a single creative decision anywhere in the chain. YouTube's enforcement used a policy called the Inauthentic Content Policy, renamed from the Repetitious Content Policy in July 2025. The rename signals exactly what changed. The old policy targeted quantity. The new policy targets something harder to fake: whether a human made genuine creative decisions anywhere in the production. The detection runs at the channel level, not the video level. 3 signals simultaneously: upload pattern, frequency and template similarity across videos suggesting automation; content signal, identical structure, pacing, and assets across uploads with only surface variation; engagement signal, high clicks, low completion, high abandonment, clickbait with nothing behind it. That last point is the one most creators miss. A single video doesn't trigger the deletion. The pattern across the whole channel does. One good video won't save a templated channel. Now here's the part that almost nobody is talking about. What YouTube did in January was just the beginning. 5 months later, they upgraded the entire detection system. And this time, it affects every AI creator, not just the factories. May 27, 2026. YouTube announced automatic AI detection. Not voluntary disclosure, automatic. The platform now scans every upload independently, regardless of what you tell it. YouTube's system automatically detects and labels videos containing significant AI-generated content, even when the creator doesn't disclose it. The voluntary disclosure system that launched in 2024 still exists, but it is no longer the only mechanism. The platform is now scanning every upload independently, which raises an obvious question. How does it actually detect anything? 2 technologies. C2PA embeds a cryptographically signed record into a file at the moment of creation, where it came from, what tools touched it, what was changed. SynthID embeds an invisible watermark directly into the pixels of a video that survives compression and re-encoding. Between the two of them, there is no longer a reliable way to produce AI content that the platform cannot identify. Every major AI content tool has committed to C2PA. Adobe, Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, NVIDIA. And, directly relevant to anyone making AI-voiced content, 11 Labs, which means audio generated by 11 Labs may now carry provenance metadata that YouTube's detection system can read. Here's the counterintuitive part. YouTube has confirmed explicitly that AI labels do not change how videos are recommended or whether they earn money. The label is disclosure, not punishment. Most creators assume being labeled as AI-generated means being buried in the algorithm. That assumption is wrong. What the label system actually does is end the era of undetected AI content. Your content now carries a digital birth certificate, whether you attach one or not. So if the label isn't the threat, what is? That's the deletion wave and the detection system. Now the part that actually determines whether your channel survives. The exact line between what's protected and what isn't. YouTube did not ban AI-generated content. It did not ban AI voiceovers, AI thumbnails, or AI-assisted editing. It drew a line, and the line runs inside AI-assisted production itself, between AI as a tool in a human-directed workflow and AI as a replacement for human creative judgment entirely. Research into every channel that survived versus every channel that got deleted shows a single consistent pattern. 0 of the deleted channels had a human making editorial decisions before AI touched the content. 100% of the surviving AI-assisted channels had at least one visible human judgment layer. The line is not subtle. 4 layers. Editorial direction. A human chose the topic, angle, and stance before any AI tool was invoked. Format variation, across uploads, thumbnail composition, intro structure, video length, and pacing visibly vary. Quality gate. A human-made judgment calls on the output before it published. Genuine value. The video answers a question the viewer actually has, not just one that triggers a click. Human directs. AI executes. The moment that reverses. AI suggesting topics, AI deciding structure, a human approving without reading. The channel reads as a factory. Not because of what tools it used, because of who stopped making the decisions. That distinction is the entire mechanism. Follow those 4 layers and you're protected. But here's something almost no channel does. And it might be the single highest leverage move available to any AI creator right now. 4 rules. Any channel that follows them is on the right side of this policy regardless of how deep the AI is in the production stack. Rule 1. The human picks the topic, not the AI, not a trending tool. Not whatever the model suggests when you ask it what to make. The moment the model defines the channel's editorial direction, the channel looks like a factory. This is the highest leverage rule and the one most often skipped. The channels generating the most durable income from AI content are the ones where a specific human has a specific point of view before a single prompt is written. Rule 2. Vary the format. The detection evaluates patterns across the whole channel. 10 videos with identical structures, same intro pacing, same thumbnail layout, same length, read as a template even if the topic changes. Variation is the visible signal that a human is making production decisions. Rule 3. Keep the quality gate human. Automate everything before it and after it. Intake, production, editing, distribution. But the judgment call on whether the output is actually good stays with the person. The moment you approve without reading, the gate is gone, and the gate is the product. Rule 4. Disclose what you use. C2PA and SynthID mean undisclosed AI content is now detectable. The label goes on either way. Choosing to disclose first signals transparency. Choosing not to and getting caught signals deception. The enforcement has always targeted deception, not AI use. The thing almost no channel does. Treat the enforcement calendar as a content calendar. Every time YouTube tightens the policy, the creators who understand the mechanism publish first. The ones who don't understand it publish warnings. There's a significant difference in how the algorithm treats those 2 types of content. The trajectory is one direction. Voluntary disclosure in 2024. Mass deletion in January 2026. Automatic detection in May 2026. Each step closes the gap between what creators get away with and what the platform will allow. There is no version of this trajectory where the enforcement gets looser. 21% of Shorts recommendations were going to the deleted channels. That algorithm real estate is now reallocating. And here is the counterintuitive conclusion from all of this. The crackdown is not bad news for AI creators. It is specifically bad news for the worst AI creators. For everyone else, it cleared the competition. YouTube spent the same year running this enforcement-building AI tools directly into YouTube Studio. AI editing, AI dubbing, AI shorts creation using creator likenesses. They are not trying to remove AI from the platform. They are trying to ensure AI does not replace the human judgment that makes content worth watching. The mechanism behind the deletion wave, behind the automatic detection, behind the C2PA provenance system, reduces to one distinction. AI executes. Human directs. Channels where that relationship is intact are protected. Channels where it reversed are the ones with 4.5 billion deleted views. Here is the thing about the 4 rules in this video. The channels that were following them weren't doing it to survive the crackdown. They were doing it because it's how you build something that lasts. The crackdown just made that the requirement for everyone. The factories are gone. The algorithm real estate they occupied is open. The only question is whether the channels filling it have a human behind them or not. If that kind of thinking is useful, the architecture behind what's actually happening, not the take. That's what this channel is. Every video maps a mechanism. Subscribe if that's what you're looking for.